This video is brought to you by the Indiana University Alumni Association. Hi, my name is Jasmine Burks, and I'm a student fellow for the IU Alumni Association. Today, I'm really excited to highlight and introduce Juan Gonzalez for his achievements as the treasurer for the Metro New York IUAA chapter. I will let Juan tell us a little bit about himself, and then we can dive into some questions.
Thank you, Jasmine. Yes, this is Juan Gonzalez. I graduated from Kelly School of Business in 2010 with a major in finance, and I am currently the treasurer of the IUAA Metro chapter in New York City.
Could you tell us a little bit about your IU experience?
Yeah, of course. So I actually come from Colombia, South America. So it's a little bit of a different experience than your typical student at IU. Basically coming from an international point of view, I was very lucky to be placed in a dorm with very nice people, and that definitely helped a lot the experience of it. Very friendly people. From the beginning, I also got very involved with as many things that I possibly could, and this included especially in Kelly School of Business, in the clubs of Finance Club as well as the Investment Banking Club. Starting to learn more and more, a little bit more about finance, and that's actually how everything started to go in that direction.
That sounds great. I know you're currently staying with family, but I realized you live in Manhattan, and I was wondering how you were holding up.
Sure, absolutely. I think it was very interesting times to be in New York City when everything happened. I think that I've been in New York now for 10 years, and I've never seen anything like this before. I think that the city was just I was just not prepared for this type of pandemic, and it's also like one of the first major city to be hit by it. So we just didn't have that much information about the virus. However, I think that the governor of New York, I think, did a pretty good job, just like telling people and informing people what to do and what not to do. I think that this leadership actually went really well, as we can see now. New York is in a much better situation.
Great, I'm glad that you guys are doing well. How did you first get involved in working with IUAA?
Sure. I think around last year, I started to feel a little disconnected to IU, and this is just because there's so many people that go to New York, they come and leave, and at some point, since I graduated already 2010, there was just not a lot of people that I knew still there. And actually, one of the emails that, the typical email monthly newsletter, they were saying that they were actually looking for someone to take over the finances. And, I thought to myself that this could be a really great opportunity to reconnect again with IU and meet new IU alumni that are in New York these days.
Oh, that sounds great. I'll be coming to New York City for an internship in September. So it's nice to know that there's an organization there that's IU affiliated so yeah. What do you enjoy the most about volunteering with the Alumni Association?
I think I really enjoy just like meeting people with some sort of similar background. In this case, we all went to IU, and just getting to know them and learning a little bit about their circumstances in life, and hopefully being able to help them. I think that after being here in New York for 10 years now, I always liked and loved when someone with more experience was able to help me with some advice just about New York or about life in general. And I think that you'd be surprised how much this type of advice can help one.
Yeah, for sure. What would you tell someone who's thinking about volunteering?
I would definitely suggest them to do it. I think it's a great experience. They got nothing to lose. And, I think that they'll never regret it. They'll be surprised how easy it is to do it. And most likely they're going to be able to volunteer or get even more proactive somehow. So absolutely, they should definitely do it.
What skills do you think volunteering has helped you develop?
Sure. Well, I think that being able, when volunteering, I think a couple things come to mind. One of them is obviously being able to work on a team, and being able to solve different problems together, and take into consideration the different perspectives of different people to come to a common goal. Obviously, also and also time management as well. I think that you are also you do have your own type of job as well, and also being able to volunteer kind of like force you to be able to be very good at time management, prioritizing as well. So this type of skills definitely will help you.
Do you have a specific contribution or achievement in your work with your alumni board that you are the most proud of?
So I think, right now, currently I've been over a year now with the board, and I would say that in terms of the board, I'm very proud of the camaraderie that I've seen in this specific board. I think that in the 10 years that I've been here, I quite haven't seen a board that is very committed to the engagement of the alumni in the medium and long term, which I think is something to be very proud of. Just right now, I think that we're already trying to see how we're going to have to adjust the different events this summer, given what's going on in the world. And a little bit more on the individual side, I think that it's still a work in progress. But before everything went down with COVID, we're actually trying to start a running club in New York. And since I love to run, then basically I would be like the spearhead of this project, because I think it's a great initiative, and I think that's a long-lasting initiative. And you have no idea how many people I see when you run in the park with their college swag all over, and I think it's a great way to get engaged with new um, grads in a new city.
Well, that is all the questions I have for you today. Thank you, Juan, for being such an amazing volunteering and help building a community for people that feel welcomed and at home. IUAA is honored to have someone like you on our volunteer team.
Of course, thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for being here. Indiana University Alumni Association thanks our volunteer alumni leaders.